Hey guys, Shannon here with Got to Go Prepared. Got a new bag from VANQUEST to bring to you today. This is the SKYCAP 46. Now it's a duffel, but it also converts. And give you a good look at it. You have Velcro panel here, Velcro panel here with the VANQUEST embroidered logo, and another Velcro panel there. And I'm going to show you the outside of it. Now, when I first saw this bag, I said, "Oh, a duffel. That's interesting. Like the idea. Had some ideas of what you could do with something like that." And then I got it in the mail to do the review on it and look at it. And I looked at it and I was like, "Man, it looks a lot smaller than I thought it was." So I wasn't initially impressed with the size, even though it's 46-liter bag, which is really big. Well, then I took it on 2 trips. Now, I did not take it on a trip on an airplane. I did talk to someone who did take this trip. One of the guys from VANQUEST, I believe maybe Alex told me this. I can't remember. But one of the guys said they took it on an airplane and it fit perfectly in the overhead bin on the size of it. So that was a good thing, but I did not get to test it that way. I took this to the beach with me on a 5-day trip to the beach. So I packed 5 days worth of stuff in it. I got everything in it except for I did not put my, I didn't have space for my shoes, which I just threw them in another bag, and like the big beach towels and stuff, all that went in a different bag. But all my clothes that I needed for the 5 days while I was there, stuff for go to the beach, changes of clothes, stuff to go out to a nice dinner. I got everything in this bag, and I was very shocked. So I was very impressed with the amount of room that is in this bag. But let's give you an overview on the outside of the bag. Now, you can hold it 2 ways, this way or this way. Now, this is more like a duffel, which with the flat side would be towards you. And of course, it sits nice and flat here. These are tension straps that are kind of on these little wings. So if we undo those, that's how you would open the bag, the center part of the bag, or compress it down. And these wings are kind of a really firm, tough material on the outside that will pull this together. Now, if you were using this and you had an extra big jacket or beach towel or something like that, you could lay that on top of this and strap it down, or a tent. I mean, these straps, they come with these keepers, so you can stretch this out pretty big. One of the things I'll add that I think would have been a neat addition to this, and I don't know if it would have worked or been a hindrance, but I thought it'd been neat to have an option to where once this was together, maybe something that could be removed if you wanted it to, but to where you could have held it, another handle option to hold it this way instead of this way, or maybe both. I like where the handle positions are on there. I thought it would have been a neat one to have another one maybe in here attached to this somehow, so you could grab it like this and carry it that way as well too. But it worked great like it is. Those guys put a lot of thought into these things. But that was just kind of my 2 cents on that. One of the really the only things I ran into. And we have a lawnmower close by. He's only doing it because I'm videoing. That's the way it works out. Finally. Anyway, where was I? I literally had to finally go inside, get me something to drink, come back out here and wait. But one day I'm going to find me a new place to do my videos. I like being outside, man. Finally, it's rained, it feels like, for 2 weeks. And finally get to be outside on a nice day, and it actually feels like fall instead of being 100 degrees. But I digress. On either end, you have a pocket. On this end, you have a pocket. You also have a small handle on this end as well, too, and a drainage hole. Let's see if I can show you that. You got to be kidding me. This guy's going to fire this lawnmower back up. Jeez. And you got these new, I think they call them maybe, I may be wrong, the Titan grab handles. These new ones, and these come in orange too. You can order these separately and put them on other things. I've done it, man. I love these. If you got gloves on, it's much easier to grab. These are great YKK zippers, and as you can see in this end compartment, everything's high def orange on the inside of this bag, so you can see in it very well. And this pocket is huge. Now you could actually get a pair of sandals, or if you flatten your shoes down pretty good, you could get a pair of shoes in there, dirty clothes, whatever you wanted to do, if you wanted to use this as a really high quality gym bag. But great pocket right here on the end of the bag to stuff stuff. This material here is feels like that Hapalon material that they have on some other things. Very durable, easy to clean, and then the rest of this feels like the high denier stuff here, and then the padded handles, the new extra padded handles you'll see on some of your other bags are great, very comfortable. All right, and then on the opposite end here of the bag, if you're holding it, you got a pocket here and another pocket here with the same kind of zip pull. Thing is huge, high vis orange, and this kind of laps over the top, so if it's raining or something, it kind of does protect that a little bit. All right, maybe this will look better here. All right, next layer here you have this snap, which can make this more secure. Of course, you got the as usual with the VANQUEST zipper, the YKK zippers, we got them reversed, so it keeps dirt and debris out. So if you pull this all the way up, you can snap this over top to keep someone from just opening this really easy. You could even run this snap through like this and make it where they'd have to unsnap it to do it. So it's a little bit of security there on that. Of course, you have the Velcro field with the embroidered in VANQUEST logo there, very nice. This zipper here, high vis orange, big pouch. You can see my hand, it goes all the way up to here, all the way down to here. A lot of room, great for things that you need to just throw in on top really quick. One big pocket right there, and also has the Titan type zipper on there as well. Also, as you can see here, there's some small loops that you can hook carabiners to. You can lash some paracord through it. Another thing you could do if you were using this in a different capacity, I actually did this with a small umbrella. You can put the point of the umbrella here, lay this up here, and then strap this down and hold your umbrella. Because I also took this on a separate trip, a business trip, which a 3-day business trip I took with me too. And I not only used it for carrying all my clothing except for my hanging bag with my suit in it. Everything else was carried in this, but then I also used it to carry into business conference with me as well because of the way it's set up on the inside. And I'll get to that in a minute. But some different options to do here. Okay, then there's this first layer pocket here. Again, these great zipper pulls. It comes down to about right there, and then this flaps open, high vis orange. This is more of an admin pocket. Right here on the top, though, this is awesome. Right here on the top, so if I just wanted to, maybe you're in an airport, maybe you're at a business conference, and you just want to have a few things in here, this pocket is lined with high frequency RFID blocking. It's a 13.56 megahertz. So passport, your cell phone, your wallet, your credit cards, things can go in here and be blocked from someone using some kind of scanner to scan your stuff. So that's great, and you can just unzip it part of the way, grab your stuff, and it's secure in there. And of course, this has the locks on it, so you can actually put a little lock in there. And this pocket goes all the way down to the bottom of the bag. You can see there in my hand. Let's flap that open. And here you have kind of an admin pocket. Of course, you got the see-through mesh, pockets everywhere. I mean, classic VANQUEST, there's just pockets everywhere. Another pocket here. And you can put your keys or whatever on this. It's a little multi-tool my kids got for me. It's Sasquatch. Not doing a review on that. Key keeper there, so you can put things there. Large pocket here. I actually had a flashlight, extra flashlight slid down in there. You got the elastic keepers to put things here. Another pocket here. Of course, this goes down here. This, you pull this up, and this is a completely padded compartment that will hold, I believe, up to a 15-inch laptop. It's padded on both sides. And then you have, I had in here my tablet. I didn't have a full computer in here, but I have my tablet in here. And then there's another zippered pocket here that goes the full length all the way down to here, that you can put extra cables, anything to do with your computer, anything really you want can go in there, and it's zipped up and secure. So you got, that's your top layer. Zip that back up, secure. I did notice when I was doing this, because they got these other grab handles, which I love these. These are on the Ibex bags and some other ones. These big grabs, and it's got the locking mechanism too. But when I zipped this here, and I had these all in here together, especially in the dark, I found that if I had these zipped on this side, it kept them out of the way of these on that. As is a preference I had when you set the bag up. Now you got your next layer. This is the main compartment. This smooth zip. So this zips all the way open. And as you see inside that bag, I mean, that's well, it's about from wrist to elbow deep. And now, of course, those end pockets are pouched inside here. So if you pack these really full, you're going to interfere with some of your room here. They do lift up. See, so if I filled that up, I can have the bag hump up. So it's better than some things I've seen where this not being independent like this would cost you room. This helps you and saves some room, that being independent, and you can get stuff underneath it. All right, first of all, right here on top, you have one of the mesh pockets you can see through, which I have still got a bunch of receipts in it from my trip that I need to remember right now while I'm thinking about it to get them out. I got a zipper pocket there so you can see what's in there. And also on the inside of this bag, on either side, here and here, you have the mesh pockets that VanQuest has been doing on their bags, and you have this full-length zipper. So you have these big pockets on the sides, as well as all this room on the inside. I tell you what I did when I first packed it. I put my clothes in, and I can pack pretty tight, pretty well. What I found was just putting the clothes in there like they were, I wasn't getting everything I wanted to in there, which was a little disappointing. Then I remembered I had some packing cubes, which will compress the stuff down so you don't allow a lot of empty air space in there. And what I did on both trips is I used packing cubes, little thin packing cubes, compress all my stuff down. So, and I distributed it throughout the bag and really compressed it down. And that's how I got 5 days worth of stuff. And I mean, jeans, shorts, trunks, extra. I mean, several different outfits for different days. Things to wear, because I knew things were going to get dirty, especially at the beach and things like that, and I was going to have to rotate clothing, fresh undershirts, fresh underclothing, fresh socks. But I got every bit of that in this bag for a 5-day trip to the beach, and got it packed in here. And what I did on my business trip with this, so I mean, the 5-day trip, I was good to go. So on the business trip I took, I used the packing cubes again, and when I would leave to go over to the conference that I was at, it was pretty much all day, and we'd have a small break, and then there was evening. And me, I just wasn't one to want to go leave and pay for parking again and go run and look for something to eat or stuff like that. And I was on a special diet anyway. So what I did is I took all my packing cubes out and left them on the bed where I was staying, and that freed up the bag really quickly and easily. And I repacked it with some food and drinks in the main compartment, and I put some little cooler packs in there to keep it kind of cold, because the bag is kind of thick and padded in areas, so it held things pretty well. And in the admin part, I had my tablet, extra pens, pads, backup batteries, Anchor power sources for my phones and my tablet, stuff to get me throughout the day and things like that. So I had it all in here. Whereas when I took it to the beach, I left it like a duffel bag. When I went to the conference, on the way to the conference and going into my room and all that, I left it like a duffel bag and had it all packed out. Of course, you know, I'm carrying it into my room, throw it on the bed. When I got ready to go to the conference and I switched it out, a neat little thing with this duffel. Of course, I repacked it with my food, something to drink, all my business thing, my notepads, my tablet, backup power, snacks, all that things I needed. I repacked it. Of course, it was raining, so I had to actually got to be prepared. I had a small kit I kept in the bottom of it, in addition to the EDC stuff I carry on me, and I had a rain jacket, and then I had an umbrella on here as well. Cool thing about this, totally concealed in here to convert this into a backpack. And I've got a Condor, and I may have showed it in a video years back, a Condor briefcase that converts to a backpack. And when it's in a backpack, it's just not really that comfortable. But of course, VANQUEST guys really thought of everything when they put this together. Here's the straps. These are the nice contoured, padded, breathable straps in here that could pop out. And not only is it just some straps, the load lifters, they have it worked in here where they're hidden, and you can put the load lifters on. So if you use this pack as an emergency pack or whatever, and you want to carry in a heavy load in this, you can handle it with this pack. The 46 liters, fill it up, it'll handle it. And then concealed in here, you just pop your clips in, really easily to do. They're right there. Also has the centerpiece with the emergency whistle attached to it. And not only does it just do that, it's actually, let me see if I can get in here. You can tuck this away and get rid of it, which I really like. Kind of might be a neat thing to do on some of the other bags, like the Ibex bags and stuff, where a lot of us just, if we're not carrying a heavy load, we just take the belt off of it and get rid of it. But then you don't have it if you need it. I love the way this tucks away in there and really doesn't, it's gone, and you don't need it. Or you can pull it out and you do need it. You can see how easily this thing goes right on, and it's got the nice pulls here. Tighten it down. Here's the whistle. It's a good whistle, not some of those you blow that they put on here. They're like junk, you can't even hear them. But now you have this duffel that's converted into a 46 liter nice pack with load lifters and load bearing belt that you can use this for really just about anything you want. I just mentioned a couple things that I used it for. Use your imagination. Another thing I thought that could be done with this bag is have your emergency bag, your bug out bag, if you've got an Ibex or a Marcor or any of the other VANQUEST bags, or someone else's bag that you use. This would be a great bag to have excuse me, in addition to your regular bug out bag or emergency bag, is to have this in addition to that, because you can't get everything you need as far as, say, clothing and some of that stuff. It's bulky. But let's say you're leaving because of some situations that's happened around here. You got hurricanes, flooding, forest fires, earthquake. There's a number of things that could be happening, and I think it would be a great addition to have. And it's something I'm going to look at, maybe upgrading to this this bag. Whereas I have a small duffel that I have extra changes of clothes and stuff in. It's not an essential bag. My emergency bag, my bug out bag has got everything I need in it. I would be comfortable, but it doesn't have enough room in it, and I don't want to carry that kind of weight to have a change of shoes, footwear, a change of clothes, or something like that. Maybe when I grab my bug out bag and I take off because of an emergency, I have grimy work clothes on, or maybe I have dress clothes on. That bag needs to have a change of clothes in it that are comfortable to be able to move around in, other than your day-to-day clothes that you may have on. Maybe you want to put 2 sets of clothes. Maybe you want to have that in there, and maybe you want to have pack some camouflage stuff. I don't know what the event would be, but a duffel bag in addition to your bag, you might want to grab your bug out bag, your maybe a firearm, a rifle, a personal protection device, and your duffel bag. And that duffel may have extra stuff for your this complements what you're already carrying. And I think something like this and the quality of this will be a nice thing to have that kind of stuff in and grab. Throw your backpack on, grab this, and then later on, if you need to use this as a backpack, you've got an extra backpack or duffel, either way. So there it is, everybody, the SkyCap 46 and some thoughts and ideas that I had on it. I think it'd be a great addition to anybody's kit setup, and I think it can also be a great standalone emergency bag that doesn't look tactical. It's, it can be used for anything. You put these away, you just got a duffel bag, but it'd be a 46-liter emergency bag you could have and keep it kind of stealthy looking, because there is no MOLLE webbing on this. One of the things I thought when I had it is I wish there was a way, if it did have some MOLLE on one side, where I could hook a water bottle holder or something like that. But there is the Velcro panel, and if you get some of the Velcro attachment pieces with the webbing holes in it, or the Hapalon in it, you could actually Velcro that onto here and get you a water bottle on one side, and you could actually get another Velcro attached panel and put a maybe a blowout kit or a trauma kit on the other side, and then put your patches and stuff up here. This is another patch. I think I've mentioned it before. It's a VANQUEST patch. It's their new, very highly visible glow in the dark. You can't see it here, but I've actually let this charge up in the light with a 1,000 lumen flashlight, and then go into a completely, but it's bright enough that it helped me see in the dark in a pitch black room with no light, just using the reflectiveness and the glow in the darkness of these patches that they have. So I checked those out as well. Of course, VANQUEST also has upgraded a lot of their pouches to the 2.0s. I meant to have one in for this video. I upgraded from the original one to the new version of the trauma one that pulls apart. Man, it is night and day better the way it pulls apart and how it folds open than the other ones, which were great too, and these are even better. So I'm going to change a lot of mine up to those, and I've already changed one of them out. But anyway, check this bag out. I believe right now it is retailing for $199 on the VANQUEST website. Check them out at vanquest.com. SkyCap 46, great bag, standalone, or great bag to add to what you already have. Guys, remember, you got to go prepared, because you just never know. Never know. Hey, a little ad on the end of this video, things you just don't never know, made me think about my trauma kit, my first aid kit I keep in my vehicle and with me. While we were at the beach on vacation, I had the experience of being a first responder. There was a cart, a golf cart that you rent on the beach, and it was in front of us, and we were coming back from dinner, nice clothes on, dark, and the cart in front of us, they were kind of started wobbling, and then it flipped. I immediately pulled off, jumped out of the car, because I could hear screaming. We first thought it was little kids in there too, and it's going to be terrible. It turned out it wasn't little kids, it was two teenage girls. One of them was fine. I got her out of her seatbelt, got her out of there. The other girl was screaming bloody murder. So all I could do to get her to calm down. And first appearances, her leg was broke. You know how when something flips, you immediately want to stick a leg out? She did that. Remained buckled in the seat, thank goodness. But it had fallen over on her leg. I lifted the cart off of her leg and was having trouble getting her stabilized, holding her leg up. It looked like she may have broken it because I could see something white. A couple other guys showed up and started helping me, and I was able to get my flashlight, which I keep here, out to and get her to turn away and not look and shine it. And luckily it was not broken, but I kept it and held it and kept it stabilized, and we got EMT and police on their way, and she was very hysterical. Had to, would use a knife to cut her seatbelt off and get her there. But when I jumped out of the car, of course, I didn't grab anything with me. My wife was with me. She could have gone to the car and got it for me. But afterwards, of course, the white stuff I was seeing was fat tissue. That's how deep the wounds were on her knee and leg. Looked like she may have broken a toe. Calmed her down. Got the EMTs there, give them and the police what was going on, what happened, and then turned it over to them, and got myself cleaned up because I was covered in blood. And but after the situation assessment for me was, I keep my Mobius always really close, and it has some minor stuff in it. My full trauma kit that I keep in the car is in the back, and I started thinking maybe I need to keep that somewhere else. So I'm going to try to rig up something to where I can keep it either on the back of a headrest or under the seat where I can grab it quickly. Fortunately, I didn't need to use any of my first aid stuff to help her, and being on the main strip area of the beach, we waited on EMTs maybe 15 minutes still, but and it wasn't any worse, but she was stable and calm, and I was able to help her out, and I'm thankful I had a little bit of training that I've had from other things in the past to keep myself calm and to try to calm her down and help her to be as comfortable as possible until help could get there. But it could have been a lot worse, and it made me think I need to have that stuff close. But not only that, I told my wife, I said, I need to show you how to use this tourniquet. I need to show you where it's at in my bag, because I may have needed you to go back and get it quickly and not be looking for it. Or, God forbid, I may know how to do some of this stuff, and I need to know a lot more, and I'm going to get that additional training myself. But I'm working on convincing my wife the importance of, and even the kids, and I think people should do the same, even if they're not into the being prepared stuff. What if it was me and someone hit us, God forbid, and I was incapacitated or bleeding out? I can't tell her what to do. My wife, or if my kids are in the car or something like that, and I'm the one injured, and I've got all the knowledge, it's worthless. She needs to know those things too. She needs to know where I have it in the vehicle and how to apply it to give me the precious time that I would need for EMTs and stuff to get there to help her, to help, to save my life. Or if she was in the car with a friend or the kids or anything like that. The kids need to know, you need to know, your wife needs to know. And they don't have to worry about, knowing as much as we knew, but some of those basic trauma and first aid and blood stop things, I think our loved ones around us need to know. It's very important, because it may save our lives too, because we can't always be there to show them how to do it or do it for them. Anyway, that's just another, you got to be prepared, because you just never know situation. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot. See you back soon. Thanks for watching, and thanks for supporting the channel.